They will tell you to chase your passion, to follow your heart, to believe in your dreams. But they won't tell you this: without discipline, none of it matters. Dreams are worthless if they live in a mind that cannot command the body to act, and passion fades in a life governed by comfort. The world doesn't reward potential, it bows to execution, to action, to consistency in the face of chaos. Discipline is not the long way, it is the shortcut, the straight line through the storm. It is the bridge between the life you have and the life you know you're capable of living. You look around and you see greatness in the inventors, in the artists, in the CEOs, in the legends. You think they had something you don't. They didn't. They simply had the guts to do what most won't: choose the hard road again and again. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before the light bulb lit up the world. He didn't invent electricity. He disciplined himself into the history books. Discipline is not about punishment. It's not about deprivation. It's the most powerful form of self-love. It's looking in the mirror and saying, "I will not let you settle. I will not betray your future for your comfort." The mind is a battlefield, and discipline is the sword. Every day, you wake up and there's a war, not with the world, with your excuses, with your distractions, with your desire to stay the same. Discipline is the daily rebellion against mediocrity. It is the choice, not once, but 1,000 times, to do what must be done even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Because the feelings will lie, the fatigue will whisper, the couch will tempt, but the disciplined man, the disciplined woman, they don't negotiate with weakness. They rise, they move, they build momentum when others are still waiting for motivation to knock. And here's the truth no one wants to hear. Discipline creates freedom. You want freedom of time? Then command your time. You want financial freedom? Then discipline your spending, your learning, your building. You want emotional freedom? Then discipline your reactions, your thoughts, your focus. Freedom is not the absence of rules. It is the reward for mastering yourself. Look at every empire ever built. Rome, steel, space travel, innovation. All of it rests on one foundation: discipline enforced daily. It's what separates the legend from the forgotten, the world class from the wannabe, the fulfilled from the frustrated. Success doesn't arrive like a lightning bolt. It's carved piece by piece through early mornings, late nights, missed parties, unread messages, and days when no one claps for you. It's carved in silence. And that silence, it's where discipline thrives, where your identity is forged not by what you say, but by what you do, day in, day out. Discipline rewrites your DNA. You're not just trying to do successful things, you're becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts success because it's who you are. You wake early not to prove something, but because it's aligned with your values. You train, you study, you grind, not for applause, but because it's your standard. The disciplined don't need to shout. Their results do the talking. And let me tell you something no motivational quote can replace. If you master discipline, you don't need to master everything else, because discipline is the root. From it grows clarity, belief, consistency, resilience, focus, and confidence. When Carnegie rose from poverty to power, it wasn't charm that got him there. It was discipline. Reading books by candlelight, working 16-hour days, delaying luxury for leverage. Walt Disney was bankrupt, mocked, turned away, yet every setback was met with disciplined faith and relentless action. He didn't wait for the world to validate his dream. He built it brick by disciplined brick. You don't need more talent. You don't need more luck. You need fewer excuses. You need habits that make excuses irrelevant. Because the road to greatness is paved not with feelings, but with decisions. Thousands of them. Unseen, uncelebrated, uncomfortable. And that is why so few ever arrive. They want the crown, but not the discipline. They want the results, but not the repetition. They want to be praised, but not to pay the price. But there is no glory without grind. There is no mastery without monotony. And there is no freedom without fire-tested discipline. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, can I be trusted with greatness? Can you be trusted to show up after failure? To stay focused when nobody's watching? To give your best when the results are invisible? Discipline is what makes you trustable to yourself. And self-trust? That's the foundation of limitless confidence. You can't fake confidence, but when you keep your word to yourself, when you do what you said you'd do, even when it's hard, that confidence becomes unbreakable. People think confidence comes from speaking louder. No, confidence comes from living louder than your doubts, from earning your own respect, from stringing together 1,000 quiet victories, early alarms, clean meals, deep work, calm focus, bold action. And what does all of this discipline lead to? Vision. Because when the fog of laziness lifts, when your energy is high and your focus is sharp, you see possibilities others can't. You see the path, while others are still lost in distraction. Because clarity isn't found in chaos. It's earned through alignment. Your vision becomes your compass, but discipline becomes your legs. It's not enough to dream. You must walk the dream into existence. And when obstacles come, and they will, discipline is your armor. Rejection doesn't break you. Failure doesn't define you. Pain doesn't derail you. You adapt. You adjust. You persist. Like Lincoln, who lost election after election, buried children, battled depression, yet disciplined his mind and character until history had no choice but to remember him. Resilience is just discipline over time. And purpose? That's the fire discipline feeds. You begin to live not just for yourself, but for something greater. A legacy, a vision, a family, a world you refuse to let stay the same. And when that purpose burns bright enough, comfort becomes your enemy. You stop asking, what do I feel like doing? And you start declaring, this is who I am now. Discipline becomes not what you do, but who you are. You are the standard. You are the system. You are the storm. While others sleep, you rise. While others scroll, you build. While others doubt, you decide. And slowly, you separate. Not because you're better, but because you chose better. Because when it hurt, you stayed. When it was boring, you stayed. When it was lonely, you stayed. Discipline made you reliable, and reliability creates results. Not overnight, not instantly, but inevitably. Because here is the truth you must never forget. The disciplined are always underestimated until they are unignorable. You may not see the rewards today. You may not hear the applause. But if you keep showing up, if you keep rising when no one claps, if you keep working when no one's watching, one day the world will wonder how you did it. They will call you lucky. They will say it was talent. They will write articles about your secrets. But you'll know it was discipline. The early mornings, the late nights, the refusal to break when everything begged you to stop. Discipline is the ultimate freedom. It doesn't just change your life. It changes who you are. And when that transformation is complete, when your identity is forged in the fire of self-mastery, you won't just reach greatness, you will become it. You will become it. Not by accident, not by chance, but by choice, repeated 1,000 times until it becomes your nature. Because that's what discipline really is, choosing your future over your feelings, choosing direction over distraction, choosing legacy over laziness. And when the world pulls at you with temptations, the comfort of quitting, the lure of later, the sweet poison of easy paths and hollow rewards, discipline is the voice that whispers, "No, I was made for more." It's not loud, it's not glamorous, it's not always heroic in the moment, but over time, it becomes divine. Because you are no longer just living, you are leading yourself, your mind, your life. You become the quiet example in a noisy world, the one who doesn't talk, but moves, the one who doesn't post about discipline, but embodies it. You become the man who built himself from ashes, the woman who stood tall while others shrank. You become undeniable. Because this world, it tests us, not with fire, but with comfort, not with monsters, but with screens. It seduces the average with ease, but only the disciplined rise. And if you can rise, when it's raining, when it's inconvenient, when no one sees it but you, then you are free. Because nothing can stop the one who has mastered themselves. So, you want the shortcut to greatness? It's not found in hacks or hustle porn. It's not in books that promise quick riches or speakers who shout without scars. It's here, in this moment, in what you decide to do when no one's watching. Will you sit in comfort, or will you stand in character? Will you complain about the work, or will you become the work? Because every action you take is a vote for the person you're becoming. And greatness is not achieved, it's accumulated. Day by day, brick by brick, discipline by discipline. The universe does not reward the most gifted. It rewards the most consistent. Those who plant seeds when others are sleeping. Those who water roots when others chase fruits. Those who sacrifice what's easy for what's eternal. You are not here to drift. You are here to drive, to command your days, not just survive them. Because once you understand this truth, once it burns into your soul that discipline is destiny, everything changes. The snooze button becomes the enemy. The distractions become laughable. The temporary pleasures become traps. And suddenly, you find peace in the process. You fall in love with the boring. You build an empire of habits that no storm can shake. This is the quiet revolution of the disciplined. We don't ask permission. We don't wait for the world to understand. We become the kind of people who change the world, not with noise, but with integrity. So, let them sleep. Let them doubt. Let them coast. You have chosen the path few are willing to walk. And because of that, you will live the life few ever get to taste. Not just success, but significance. Not just applause, but alignment. Not just more, but meaning. Because discipline isn't just the shortcut to greatness. It's the only road worth taking. Now go. Show the world who you really are.